Hello everyone, I am going to explain you the difference between there is and there are. When to use there is, when to use there are, and the difference between some and any. If after watching this video you have questions or you feel confused or you just want to know more about the topic, please feel free to contact me and let me know. So let's start. Basically, we use there is or there are to say that something exists or doesn't exist. It depends on what we're referring to. For example, there is a supermarket. There is a laundromat. There are two schools. There are three parks. Now, according to the previous examples, what would be the difference between there is and there are? Think of it. Good. There is for singular and there are is for plural. When we're talking about one single thing, singular, we use there is. When we talk about more than one thing, it means plural, we use there are. For affirmative statements, as you could see, we start by saying there is or there are. For example, there is a supermarket. For negative statements, we just add not. So we start by saying there is or there isn't or there aren't. There isn't a laundromat. For asking a question, we just invert. We start by saying is or are. Is there a hospital? Easy. Then we have some and any. For example, are there any supermarkets? No, there aren't any supermarkets. Or the short answer, no, there aren't any. Are there any schools? Yes, there are three. There are some. Good. Now, what would be the difference between some and any according to these examples? Think of it. Good, exactly. We use some for affirmative statements and we use any for negative statements or for questions. In here we have there are three. We are not using some because here we have a specific number. Here we have more examples. For example, is there a laundromat near here? Imagine you're in a different neighborhood from yours, or you're lost, or you're looking for a certain place. In this case, a laundromat. Yes, there is. There is one across from the shopping center. No, there isn't. But there's one next to the library. Are there any grocery stores around here? Yes, there are. There are some nice stores on Pine Street. No, there aren't. But there are some on Third Avenue. As you can see, for questions we use any, and for affirmative statements we use some. As I said at the beginning, it's not that necessary to use any or some. For example, here we just say, is there a laundromat? Yes, there is. No, there isn't. But we can also add them. Are there any grocery stores around here? No, there aren't any around here. Good. Now let's practice a bit. Look at this map. We're gonna practice there is and there are. If I ask you information about For example, restaurants, what would you do or what would you use? There is or there are? Good. There are two restaurants. Why? Because we use the R for plural. And here we have the Chinese restaurant and the Italian restaurant. Therefore, we got two different restaurants. What about parks? If I ask you about parks in this neighborhood, what would be your answer? Will you answer by saying there is or there are? Exactly. There is a park because we just have one. There is a park. What about, for example, bookstores? Exactly. There is a bookstore because we just have one. What about now, for example, grocery stores? Exactly. There are two grocery stores. We have this one and this one. Good. Remember, there is for singular and there are is for plural statements. Well, for plural things. Finally, we have some and any. We're gonna complete this little small conversations. For example, is there some or any stores? Oh, sorry. By the way, a typo. Sorry. Yes, it's plural. Are there some or any stores? Good. Are there any stores? Yes, there are some or any. Good. Yes, there are some. Are there some houses or any houses? Good. Are there any houses? No, there aren't some, or no, there aren't any. Good. Exactly. No, there aren't any. Remember, some is for affirmative statements and any is for questions or for negative statements. We have some exceptions in which we use some for questions. For example, when we are offering, like, would you like some water? But in this context, we're gonna use some just for affirmative statements. And that would be it. As I said at the beginning, if after watching this video you feel confused or you want to know more about the topic, please just let me know. Thanks for watching.